Hi, my name is Hannah Smith. This is my assignment for finding foreign language business-wise and making the slides about it. This is my video and I've got my teleprompter in front of me. So first we're going to talk about religion and how the religion in France affects business. And the main religion in France is Christianity. Obviously it's not the main, or it's obviously not the entire country, but it is the majority of it. And since Christianity is mostly mainstream, then it doesn't affect the business in France much at all. And so that's the religious part of business in France. And your appearances of business and how you should dress France is already known for its chic and really updo kind of outfits and fanciness and all those kinds of things. And so you wouldn't expect anything less for business-wise. So if you work in France, you're expected to wear neutral colored clothes and look very professional and formal at all times at work. And you should always seem kind and well-mannered. So for your behavior in business, there are some things that are similar in France and America, if you're first meeting somebody, introduce yourself by your full name, speak formally, don't speak informally. And I would say the difference though between English and French, between those two, is that in English we don't necessarily have a formal language type, when in France there is a formal language section of their language. And so you would always use that when you're at work, and especially with meeting business partners or any kind of business opportunities. One thing that's different also is that people will interrupt you in France, and for Americans that's very rude and very obnoxious, but in France it's considered that they're intrigued, and it's they're trying to show you that they're involved in the conversation. Another thing that's similar is that you would do a brisk handshake to kind of say hello. Or the thing that's different is they will do the kiss and they'll just kind of touch cheeks in France. I've actually been to France myself and Spain, and I have had this happen to me before. It's not as weird as Americans sometimes think it is. It's really casual. But also something that I learned was that you always make dinner or lunch reservations for business 2 weeks in advance, so that you can always be on time and everything like that. Another thing that's different, obviously, like I was saying before, is the communication. Like I said, France has a formal language setting or subset of language. They always address people by Madame or Monsieur. They will always say their full name, and that's not very typical. It's not very typical for Americans to ask all kinds of questions, but just questions that would relate to business, where in France they would ask any question, and no questions are off the table, whereas Americans would consider that very rude and kind of impolite, where France, it's very normal and very typical. But yeah, that's my presentation. Thank you so much for watching.